Welcome to the Checkout Point, your quick dive into this week's e-commerce buzz with me, Alex, powered by Blicket. These 20 minutes pack the latest trends, news, and insights. Let's navigate the digital marketplace together. Ready? Let's go!
Hey folks, welcome back to The Checkout Point by Blicket.co, your weekly dose of all things e-commerce. I'm Max, coming to you slightly over-caffeinated as usual.
And I'm Rachel, excited as ever to dive into this week's news. Can you believe we're already at week 17? Time sure flies when you're analyzing trends.
It's wild, Rachel. And speaking of time flying, Mother's Day is just around the corner and wow, we're almost hitting May. This means all you e-commerce folks need to buckle up for those summer campaigns.
Exactly, Max. Those summer vibes mean big business, especially if you're selling anything sun, sand, and surf related. And hey, don't forget, it's also a perfect time to start sketching out those Black Friday and Cyber Monday plans.
Totally. Planning ahead is key. Oh, and speaking of key strategies, I'm super excited that we just published that blog post about unlocking the secret weapon of e-commerce, how visual cues can skyrocket your conversions.
Oh, I love that post. We'll be unpacking some of those insights today, actually. It's fascinating how simple tweaks to your website can make such a huge impact.
Absolutely, and that's just the tip of the iceberg for today's episode. First up, we're going to talk more about those visual cues and how they can boost your online store's conversions.
Then we've got the latest on international shipping changes, from eBay's protective measures for sellers to major updates from DHL and FedEx. It's all happening just in time as we ramp up for the major shopping seasons.
And we can't overlook eBay's new partnership with Checkout.com. There's some game-changing stuff there that could really shake up how payments are handled on the platform.
Followed by a dive into how Shopify is bringing ChatGPT into the mix. Imagine the possibilities for enhancing your shops and marketing strategies with AI.
And speaking of AI, we're also going to explore Instagram's new collaborative storylines and how AI is reshaping digital marketing. It's all about engaging your audience in more impactful and ethical ways.
Lastly, we'll tackle the role of AI in e-commerce more broadly. We're talking supercharged personalization, predictive advertising, and, yes, even the privacy concerns that come with it.
A packed show as always. So, grab your coffee or tea, we don't discriminate, and let's get started.
Don't go anywhere. We're diving right in after this quick break.
Hey everyone, Max here, and we've got something pretty cool to dive into today from our very own treasure trove at Blicket.co.
That's right, I'm Rachel. And we're talking about a gem of a blog post titled Unlocking the Secret Weapon of E-commerce. How visual cues can skyrocket your conversions. It's just fascinating how much of an impact simple visual tweaks can have on shopping behavior, isn't it?
Absolutely, Rach. It's like, sometimes it's the smallest things that make the biggest difference. This post really dives into how tiny arrows, vibrant colors, or even the placement of a button can heavily influence buying decisions.
And it's all about catching and guiding the shopper's eye, right? Our post explains the science behind these visual cues. For instance, did you know that the human eye naturally follows directional cues? So if there's an arrow pointing at something, people are more likely to look where it's pointing.
Oh, totally. It's like when you're playing a video game and there's that subtle arrow nudging you where to go next. Makes a huge difference. That's exactly what online stores need to be doing with their designs to boost conversions.
Speaking of which, with Mother's Day around the corner and summer campaigns ramping up, this seems like the perfect time for our listeners to experiment with these strategies. If you're selling summer essentials, this is your moment to make sure those visual cues are leading shoppers right to the Add to Cart button.
Great point. And not to forget, pretty soon it'll be time to start saying, hello Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Remember folks, June and July. That's your golden window to start prepping for those massive Q4 campaigns.
And just to give you all a bit more of a nudge, implementing these visual cues isn't just good for directing attention. They can also be used to create a sense of urgency. A countdown timer for a sale, or even highlighting limited stock items can make people spring into action.
That's golden. What really stuck with me was how this post outlines specific examples like the power of the color red to inspire urgency. It's insights like that which can really transform a regular shopping experience into an extraordinary one.
For anyone running an online store, this blog post is packed with actionable tips. And the great thing about visual cues is that they're often quick to test and implement. It's all about trial, error, and of course, a splash of creativity.
Definitely worth checking out the full post for all the juicy details. Get those visuals in tip-top shape and watch your conversions climb.
So head over to blicket.co, read up on those techniques, and maybe tweak your website a bit. You might just see some amazing results.
And keep those eyes on the metrics, right? You got to see what's working and refine, refine, refine.
That's the game. All right, folks, looking forward to hearing all about your successes with these visual strategies.
All right, so hopping right into the thick of it. Did you catch that news about eBay protecting overseas sellers when tariffs delay delivery? It's becoming a massive game changer, especially with the wild world of international shipping these days.
Oh, absolutely, Max. I was just thinking about how stressful it must be for sellers when their goods get stuck in customs limbo because of tariff issues. It's super reassuring to know that platforms like eBay are stepping in to help smooth things out.
Yeah, it's like when you're waiting for your birthday presents, but they're held up somewhere you can't reach. Super frustrating. Speaking of getting things stuck, did you hear about DHL? They've stopped international package deliveries to U.S. consumers.
Wait, seriously? No way. I mean, that's got to be a huge headache for a lot of folks who rely on DHL for their global shopping spree.
Exactly, Rachel. And if that wasn't enough to stir the pot, they're also suspending U.S.-bound shipments over $800. Sounds like they're tightening the reins on those high-value goods coming into the States.
That's interesting. I mean, I understand the reason behind it. Probably logistics and customs related, but it really puts a damper on things if you're planning big purchases. You might end up tangled in red tape.
It's a tangled web we weave in logistics, right? And speaking of weaves and webs, FedEx is also making some notable changes. They're closing up some parts of their network in California and Massachusetts.
Now that's a plot twist. But here's what I'm wondering, Max, with all these changes and challenges, how does it actually affect your average Joe or Jane trying to run their online store?
Great question. So imagine you've got your little online shop, right? You're selling these super cool, unique items from all around the globe. Suddenly, your shipping options dwindle. Prices maybe go up. Delivery times get shaky. It's kind of like trying to score a goal, but someone keeps moving the goalposts.
Oh, totally. And it's not just about the businesses. There's a real human element here. Like with Mother's Day on the horizon and then rolling into summer campaigns, people need their logistics to be on point to send those heartfelt gifts and get their summer items rolling.
Spot on. It's like, if you're in e-commerce, now's the time to buckle up and perhaps rethink strategies, especially as we approach heavy-duty shopping seasons. Remember how we talked about those visual cues in the last segment, boosting e-commerce conversions?
Exactly, like how bridging that gap visually is super crucial. And with the eBay and checkout.com team up we're about to dive into next, it sounds like eBay is really gearing up to refine the shopping and selling experience, ensuring those visual cues lead to happy conversions and smooth deliveries.
Absolutely. It's all about staying ahead of the curve and adapting, whether it's finding new shipping partners or adjusting your inventory based on what's available and reliable in terms of shipping options.
And staying informed is key. You don't want to be caught off guard by a shipping snag right when it counts the most.
You got it, Rachel. Keeping an eye on these changes is crucial for anyone in the business of buying or selling. And for our listeners running their own show, this kind of info is gold.
It sure is, Max. Keeping tabs on this will definitely help navigate the sometimes choppy waters of international shipping.
All right, Rachel, check this out. eBay's been pretty busy lately. They've just teamed up with checkout.com. Super cool development in the e-commerce world, right?
Oh, definitely, Max. It's like every time you blink, there's something new happening. I was just thinking about how this could change things for sellers. What's the scoop on this partnership?
So, the deal is that checkout.com is going to help modernize eBay's payment system. We're talking smoother transactions, better security, total game changer for both buyers and sellers.
That's pretty impressive. But I'm wondering, how exactly is this going to affect the everyday seller on eBay? Like the small-time vendors?
Great question. It's all about making payments faster and more reliable. Imagine you're a seller during peak season, like, say, around Mother's Day when everyone's scrambling to get gifts last minute.
Right. Speaking of which, Mother's Day is almost here, and you know what that means. Summer's around the corner, too, so it's crunch time for seasonal campaigns.
Exactly. And think about it. If you're selling summer vibes, those beach towels and swimwear, You need a reliable platform to handle those sales spikes without a hitch.
True, checkout.com could actually make a huge difference there. Wait, isn't there also something new with eBay's send offers tool?
Yep, you caught that too. They're planning to enhance it so sellers can send more personalized offers to interested buyers, which could really help clear out inventory before the next big season hits.
Oh, I just have to jump in here. This is a big plus for sellers. I mean, personalize your approach and suddenly you aren't just another vendor. You're the go-to shop for your buyers.
No kidding, it's like if you went into a pizza shop and they knew your favorite order right when you walked in. Feels special, right?
Now you've got me hungry, Max. But yeah, that personal touch makes a huge difference. And it's not just about boosting sales short term, it's about building those long-term customer relationships.
Spot on. And speaking of building on things, this kind of ties back to what we chatted about in our last segment, with eBay adjusting policies to protect overseas sellers with all those shipping and tariff headaches.
Yes, it's all part of smoothing out those wrinkles, making sure that both buyers and sellers have a better experience. But hey, shifting gears to our next segment, we're diving into some news from Shopify that's also shaking things up in the e-commerce platform space.
I'm all ears, Rachel. Looks like it's going to be an exciting episode.
Absolutely, Max. It's always something new with these platforms, huh? Keeps us on our toes.
So, moving right from eBay and checkout.com teaming up, there's another big news splash in the e-commerce world. Shopify, the giant we all know, is hopping on the ChatGPT train. Isn't that something, Rachel?
Absolutely, Max. It really seems like e-commerce platforms are getting serious about leveraging AI. So, Shopify and ChatGPT, huh? What's the scoop there?
Right, check this out. It turns out they're creating a new launch platform, which honestly strikes me as a game changer. Imagine this. You're a small business owner, and now you get to use ChatGPT's smarts to fine-tune your online shop. Dynamic product descriptions, tailored marketing messages, the whole 9 yards.
I see. That does sound super promising, but here's what I'm wondering. How accessible is it going to be? I mean, the idea is slick, but the real deal is in the execution, right?
Totally, and that's the part that gets me excited. It looks like they aim to make it super user-friendly. Think of it as giving a mega boost to those just getting their feet wet with e-commerce, making the online competitive field a bit fairer.
Honestly, that's such a relief to hear because, oh, this just popped into my head. Mother's Day is just around the corner and everyone's hustling with their summer campaigns. Imagine the timing for businesses on Shopify to leverage this new AI tool, especially if they're selling summer essentials. Beach towels, hats, you name it.
Yeah, exactly. And speak of perfect timing, right? Just as folks need to put those final touches on their promotions. Plus, this could be a real boon for planning out those Black Friday and Cyber Monday madness sales. Because you and I know, planning in June and July for Q4 can make or break your sales year.
Oh, I can totally see that. And hey, talking about creating engaging content, isn't our next segment about Instagram testing new features for collaborative stories? Seems like there's a common thread here with all these platforms pushing for more interactive and smarter user engagement.
Spot on. It's like everyone's stepping up their game in the digital marketplace. Shopify using AI to help businesses grow. Instagram enhancing how we engage socially. 2023 really is shaping up to be a year of tech-powered convenience and creativity.
So it'll be fascinating to see how all these developments will interplay, especially the impact on small to medium businesses. They're the backbone of e-commerce, after all.
Couldn't agree more. It's like giving superpowers to the underdog. You love to see it. And with the kind of tools we're talking about, the sky's the limit.
Absolutely, Max. Watching technology empower people and transform industries is genuinely exciting. I can't wait to see how entrepreneurs and creatives alike will leverage these new tools to shake up the scene.
For sure, Rachel. It'll be one thrilling ride. And speaking of rides, I think about all the businesses gearing up right now. It won't just level the playing field, it might just create a whole new game. So, Rachel, diving right into the world of social media after that Shopify news, have you heard about Instagram's latest experiment? They're testing something called storylines. It's like stories, but with a collaborative twist.
Wait, seriously? Collaborative how? Like, can two brands team up, or what are we talking here?
Exactly. Imagine you're running a Mother's Day campaign, since, May's just around the corner. With storylines, you could theoretically partner up with another brand and create a combined story that showcases both products. It could be a game changer for visibility and reach, especially during key selling periods.
That's super cool. It's like adding a new layer to storytelling on Instagram. You can create a narrative that's literally shared among users or brands. But here's what I'm wondering. How would they handle the visibility and analytics of such a feature? Like, who gets to see the insights?
Great point. I'd guess each participant might have access to shared data, or maybe Instagram would introduce new metrics for collaborative posts. Speaking of metrics and insights, Instagram is stepping up their AI game too. They're now using artificial intelligence to spot teens lying about their age and automatically limiting their accounts.
Now, that's a double-edged sword, isn't it? On one hand, it's great for protecting younger users, but on the other, brands targeting demographics just above that age might see some impact on their marketing strategies.
Absolutely, and this ties back into our upcoming segment about AI in e-commerce marketing. Brands will need sophisticated strategies to adapt to these AI-driven changes. It's not just about reaching audiences, but reaching them smartly and ethically.
I was just thinking about that. AI's influence is sprawling, from Instagram to giants like Amazon and Etsy. Every platform's trying to integrate AI to make their systems more robust and user-friendly.
For sure, and with summer campaigns ramping up, imagine leveraging AI to predict trends or manage stocks. Oh, and speaking of summer, for those listening and preparing, remember now's the time to put those finishing touches on your Mother's Day and summer campaigns.
Exactly. And don't forget, as we get into June and July, it's prime time to start brainstorming those Q4 strategies like Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals.
Ha! And maybe figure out if Instagram's storylines could be the secret sauce for those campaigns, huh?
That's what I love about this, Max. The possibilities seem just endless. And hey, everyone tweaking their marketing strategies, remember, it's all about staying flexible and creative.
Couldn't agree more, Rachel. It'll be exciting to see how all these new tools and technologies are going to play out in real-world scenarios.
Absolutely, I'm all ears for developments, and talking about AI in tomorrow's segment should give us even more insights.
So, Rachel, speaking of Instagram's new storylines we just chatted about, the whole collaborative twist. It's super interesting to see how AI is now playing a huge role in e-commerce, too. Check this out. Etsy, Amazon, and eBay are rolling out diverse AI initiatives. It's like every big player is jumping on the AI train.
Oh, exactly, Max. It seems like AI is everywhere these days. But I'm curious, what kind of initiatives are we talking about here? Are we seeing robots packing our boxes now or what?
Haha, not quite robot territory yet, but almost as cool. They're using AI to personalize shopping experiences. Imagine logging onto Etsy and seeing products that feel like they were handpicked just for you. That's AI at work. Analyzing your shopping habits, preferences, you name it.
That sounds incredibly convenient, but here's what I'm wondering. How does that stack up against traditional methods like SEO or PPC? I mean, with Mother's Day just around the corner, I've been seeing a ton of ads bombarding my feeds. Makes me think if AI could tidy that up a bit.
Great point. And it ties back to that ongoing debate, right? SEO versus PPC. Basically, AI could change the game by potentially replacing the need for such widespread PPC. Instead of throwing ads at everyone, AI can ensure that the right people see the right ads at the right time. Game changer for optimized spending.
Honestly, it does sound like a smarter way to use resources. Just thinking about the timing of campaigns. For instance, you mentioned Mother's Day, and the summer campaigns are just heating up too, no pun intended. Sellers on platforms like Amazon must be prepping already for Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
Exactly, Rachel. And with AI, imagine how much more targeted and less spammy those preparations could be. Instead of just blasting out generic promotions, AI helps tailor them. For anyone selling summer items, AI could actually predict peak interest times and adjust ads accordingly, kind of like having a marketing crystal ball.
That's a nifty comparison, Max. But I've got to say, while that sounds ace for sellers, as a shopper sometimes, I feel a wee bit spooky about how much my phone seems to know about me. I was just looking at garden gnomes, don't ask, and suddenly, every ad is about gnomes.
The gnome knowing AI. Classic. But yeah, that brings us to another giant aspect, privacy. Balancing personalization with privacy will be the next big hurdle for these AI tools.
True. So, wrapping this up, it sounds like AI and e-commerce has some solid pros: efficiency, personalization, predictive insights, but also some cons like privacy concerns. A fascinating space to watch, huh?
Absolutely. And speaking of watching, it'll be interesting to bridge this with what's next on our topic list: how tech impacts traditional retail spaces. It's all connecting, like pieces of a puzzle.
Can't wait to dive into that. Meanwhile, I'll keep an eye out for any non-spooky, gnome-free AI recommendations.
And just like that, we're wrapping up another week here at the checkout point. That was quite a ride through the e-commerce news of week 17. Thanks for hanging out with us and diving into all those juicy updates, from eBay's new partnerships to Shopify's AI adventures.
Yes, and can you believe we're already talking about planning for Black Friday and Cyber Monday? Here we are, gearing up for Mother's Day and summer campaigns. I think my favorite part today was diving into how visual cues can seriously revamp an online store. It's simple tweaks like these that could make a huge difference as we head into these busy shopping seasons.
Oh, absolutely. Those little changes can really add up to big results. And don't forget about Instagram's new initiatives. It seems like there's always something new right around the corner that could spice up our strategies. So, if you're selling summer gear or dreaming up your next big campaign, now's the time to push those creative boundaries.
Definitely, Max. And to all our listeners, we'd love it if you joined us again next week for more e-commerce news and, yes, probably a few more of Max's terrible jokes. Also, don't forget to check out our website, blicket.co, for more resources and insights to help you navigate the ever-evolving online market.
Hey, my jokes are a priceless addition. Thank you very much. Anyway, make sure you tune in as we keep the updates and the laughs coming. We'll catch you next week, and remember, it's your insights and interactions that make this all so much fun.
Absolutely, Max. Thanks again for spending part of your day with us. We hope to spark curiosity and even a bit of inspiration for your next big e-commerce move. Take care, stay curious, and keep crafting those incredible shopping experiences. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone. Keep rocking in the free e-commerce world.